For years, I hated to write stewardship sermons. In fact, I would rather have had 6 fillings in one day. Is Ross here today? No, he's not here. It was awful, and so were the sermons. And they were really painful to listen to, weren't they, Dick? Yeah, he said, number one, because I detested the idea of asking people for money. Selling Girl Scout cookies had been traumatic enough. I dreaded the month of March all year long. And number two, I didn't know anything about money. Once in Everett, a parishioner offered to put me out of my misery. And what he did, he could tell this was not an easy thing for me. My messages were very watery, insipid. And so he volunteered to preach on that day. He said, would you like me to do the stewardship sermon? I said, would I like? So anyway, he did it. And I've been waiting for one of you to do the same. Hasn't happened yet. But at any rate, he came out, and he was carrying a baseball bat. And he said, all right, it's time to up your pledge. Don't look at me like that. You look at me as if you're saying, I can't possibly increase my giving, especially now. And so my question to you is, why did I see you in the Lexus showroom last week? The people were on the floor laughing. And Stewardship Sunday with Rob Perry preaching became almost the most popular Sunday of the year. And he got results, I might add. But what I want you to know is that at this stage of my life, I don't mind writing stewardship sermons anymore. I still don't understand money. This is so true. But what I can speak on, and what I want to talk about, is the profound joy that comes when you commit yourself to God by pledging to his church. When you give until it truly feels good to your soul, because there's nothing like it. When your soul feels good, that's everything. So first of all, I'm going to start off with a joke. I got it from the chief about 7 months ago, but I've saved it until now. It's not a funny joke, no matter who tells it, but it makes a point. A mother, a father, and their 11-year-old son were driving home from church one Sunday. They attended only on rare occasions, and as soon as they got in the car, the parents began to critique the service. The father said, I didn't think much of the choir today, did you? And the wife said, the choir? What about the pastor? I haven't a clue what she was going for. And this went on and on until finally the son from the back seat said, well, what'd you expect for $1? I guess it's funnier than I thought. Okay. Aging is an interesting process. A lot of it is unpleasant, and I don't need to go there. But certainly not all of it is. When I was little, my favorite foods were cotton candy and double bubble gum. The kind with the comic tucked inside the wrapper. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes. And the most detested word in my vocabulary consisted of 3 letters, N-A-P. But some 50 years later, my culinary tastes are different. To date, my favorites are Brussels sprouts and lobster rolls. And now, the word nap has an almost heavenly ring. We change. On our birthdays, as children, nothing could have made us happier than to have a nice, tall stack of wrapped presents at our place at the table. But as older adults, we look at that stack and ask, where in the world am I going to put all that stuff? Another way we change is that when we were children, we cared about the moment. And if we liked something, we wanted it right then. But as we age, we invariably ask a key question: how long is it going to last? Jesus in today's text is saying that anyone who makes things his or her treasures is going to lose them. That is, when they die, deadbolts, safety deposit boxes, and tax shelters will be of no use whatsoever. When it comes to money, what works best is to put the cart before the horse. Decide what you want your heart to feel and then give accordingly. And through the power of the Holy Spirit, your feelings will follow. Jesus said, store up spiritual treasure, for there your heart will be also. Several weeks ago, we had a visitor here at the church on the Cape. As he was going out the door, he told me that he was a personal friend of the bishop, and added that he was going to send him a report. Well, this past Friday, 2 days ago, I received this email from Bishop Weaver. Grace and peace to you and your congregation. I received this email from a longtime friend who attended your church a few weeks ago. It is full of thanksgiving. As superintendent of schools for one of the best school districts in the Pittsburgh area, he knows excellence when he sees it, and you, the Church on the Cape, get an A+. Thanks be to God. At this time of economic distress, can you think of any better way to commit your heart to the faith, a faith that is so desperately needed, now especially, than to give to God by giving to this, his extraordinary church?